All right, hello. Let's do a little reading here, see what the energies are. Feels very, very interesting energies, almost giggly energies. Ooh, that was from yesterday. I'm gonna put those back in there. Wow, nice energy. Although, to be honest, most of the cards in this deck are nice. Watch me pull the vulture. Sandpiper, be playful. See, I said giggly. Groundhog, time to let go. Parrot, watch your words. 514531. And then bear spirit, take time out. Interesting. I think the brown bear spirit is saying, it's a number 9. I'm saying if you're ending this particular, I don't know, today I'm having a problem with the word cycle because I feel like we just keep saying cycle. And I've listened to readers, and every reading they do, they talk about cycles. And I get it. I do. I get it. I think a lot of the challenges in manifesting and other kind of conscious energy work is that we actually don't have a working vocabulary for a lot of things. So we try to get as close as we can. So this says 5-5, reprogram your soul, release, raise, and reclaim. 7-7, healing separation, go within. 10-10, reunion, reconciling differences. I feel reunion very strongly. 8-8, honor your agreement, mission, and motion. So, for lack of a better word, I think there has been, or is coming to, like a new epoch. EPOCH. A new era. And I'm just looking at the numbers. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10. So we don't have 2, 6, or 9 here. I don't know why. Oh, the bear is 9. So we don't have 2 or 6 here. So that's interesting. Five of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, our friend the Devil, King of Swords. These wanted to come out together. 9 of Swords with the Star. I knew the 2 of Cups was going to come out. I just knew it. I knew it. I don't know. If you're a reader, you kind of just can feel when an energy is there. Sometimes I can feel the energy and the card doesn't come out. It's the weirdest thing. Because I do feel a little bit of magician energy here. 2 aces on the bottom of the deck. With the 6 of Pentacles reversed. Which actually a lot of my readings have been getting the 6 of Pentacles reversed. Oh, we have another ace. So, 3 aces is my sign for spiritual awakening. I don't think that's come out for a long time. But if you know me, you know I don't remember very much, so. Okay, so I have heard several readings in the past, 36 hours, and they've all said exactly the same thing. And that kind of happens for me when things really line up. They've all had the devil in them. And most of the readers have interpreted the devil as mask or fear, or both. I think some look at, so if there's any card that indicates like a test, a spiritual cycle, it is this diamond card. And my My Tao crystal here is kind of casting a prism right by the star. I guess outside, even though it's raining. I feel like you may have contact. You may have already had contact. He wants to give you an explanation, but explanations are not his strong suit. The way that I'm reading this, it's like, it's kind of funny the way I'm reading it. I feel like he's trying to get out of that doubt and into that love. And I feel like for the most part, he's got there. And I feel like he thinks that this connection is so strong that you may just do the talking for him. You may do the explaining for him. I think he's hoping that card's kind of coming out all the time. I think Spirit's really here, really present with us, really wants to assist us. Kind of get this feeling like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, sometimes if you go to a store, I don't know, I'm gonna use a shopping analogy, I guess. There was like several to choose from. You could do exercise, you could do shopping. I'd do shopping. Like, let's say after whatever Christmas, you get a gift card. And then you also have like something to return to the store. Like, let's just say it's like Costco. You have a return, you get a gift card, they have an amazing sale, and then you put some money in. And so I don't even remember where this was going, but it's like, for what you're putting in, there's this like tremendous return out. It feels very amplified, and that's what like Spirit is here to do for you. It's kind of interesting because I feel like in a lot of ways you feel like something that you've been doing energetically isn't working that much. And that's kind of like, it's not a design because that's the wrong word, but it's happening that way due to several factors and several other things that will come into play. Okay, so he's been feeling really sad about the way that he treated this love. And it's weird, it's like they're addressing it that way. Not you, it's like this love. Which kind of bothers me, to be honest. Because I think in a lot of ways, this is very triggering. And I personally would never say this. I don't really know how to say it without being triggering. But they want me to say it like this. He recognizes that this is a very special connection. I think he feels very connected over many lifetimes, and this is something kind of new to him, though he may have had inklings of it before. Some change in his life has made him able to like be more sensitive internally. And I think he's used to treating people in a certain way, and he's fine with that. Like, he may be dismissive, avoidant, or whatever it is. I'm not an expert on attachment styles, but like, the feeling I get from these cards is like, if you're serving a purpose, you can stay. Or I'll keep you in my life, or I'll be good to you. And maybe at one point you felt discarded, So these are like psychological terms, and that's not necessarily what I'm talking about, because these relationships don't fall into like traditional give and take relationships. Though he still may be viewing things that way. I think he didn't understand. It's not like you're not special to him, but what he seems to be dealing with at this moment is the way that he treated the connection, and that the connection is actually a very powerful connection. And it's so interesting the way this energy is coming through, because it's such a different energy than I've ever felt before for him. I want to call it like he's like a spiritual baby learning to walk like spiritually. And he knows he has to embark on a more spiritual journey. And then he also knows that you are very spiritual. And you've taken this journey before. And obviously when you wake up to a spiritual journey, you have no idea what it is really, or what it entails. But for some reason, he's been like kind of comparing you to everyone else. Especially like the way that they make him feel versus the way you make him feel in the sacral. And though I don't think he would ever say this to anybody, these two cards together are crazy. It's almost like this mirrored pain, right? It's almost like these crows are in you and these crows are in him, and there's a lot left unsaid, and they're both kind of tormenting both of you. And he sees in you that you're tormented somehow, and he knows in him he has the same torment. And that in particular, I think, feels vulnerable to admit, but that's the healing separation. It's like he knows. It's so interesting the way they're bringing the sword into this. He's gonna have to cut through like the BS to go on this journey, to heal this separation, there's a lot of healing cards here. And you seem to be the key to that healing. You seem to be the one who knows how to put the lock in the key in the lock, and you seem to know how to open the door. And there's all this imagery here that intuitively he knows that he has to. You are some sort of guide for him, and he thinks you've been on this journey before. Okay, so part of this, what's coming through here, is that if there was a lot of pain or hardship in his life, he doesn't want to repeat that. And I think part of what he thinks, or what he's been told, or maybe what he's guessing, is that he's getting some karma for the way he treated this relationship. And he still can't let go of the thoughts. So, like I said, streaming of you. He doesn't know how to address like this vulnerability. And I said in another reading recently, like, I think people like his mother or his friends or other people that are shown here in the community may just be like, yeah, I knew this card was coming out. It was on the bottom of the deck when I picked it up. Or like, just get over it already. Just get over this. But he can't. So it doesn't look like he can come to you and say, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm feeling. I think he wants you to say things. He wants you to be the one to express. I mean, he does appear to be planning a surprise. You have like the two most magical cards in this deck, Isis and Sphinx. Those are kind of like my Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine cards of this deck. And I think what this is like him saying, oh, do you remember this? That was so funny. That was so weird how that happened. Or do you remember when we did this? Are you still doing that? Like, I feel like there's a reaching back to the past, bringing it into the future to kind of gauge where you are in this energy. And hoping that you'll do the brave part. But I don't think you will. I feel like you're going to yeah. Okay, interesting. I think there's that mask card, so that's really interesting. I mean, these cards show a lot of watching and waiting and some healing, specifically over maybe addictive behaviors or very toxic behaviors. At least it seems like there's an awareness of the behavior within the separation and what caused the separation, and a very, look at, I told you that the key and the door and the heart, and it says welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, perfect. And then we have our friend the coffee cup. That's like a casual date. So it begins with the coffin and it ends with the Grim Reaper in reverse. And I feel like it's a real desire for rekindling of warmth. It's like, do you still unconditionally love me? I get that there's a lot glossed over in this meeting or call or whatever it is, because I think for a lot of you it's been a while, and everything I talked about in the beginning, I think it also applies here, that some of the things that he would have to say would be very triggering if he was going to be honest about it all. And I think you both know that. Like, it's like two kinds of triggering also. It's like vulnerable triggering, and then also like there was triggering around you just shouldn't treat somebody that way, in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't ignore the coffin and the devil here. And that the Seven of Cups, there may have definitely been other people or other options around, or just it did not treat this relationship the way that it should have been treated, as special as it is. And you know, there's a lot of benefit to you from that whole thing. And I know that sounds really weird to say, but that's what causes the healing journey. And my real feeling when I'm looking at this is that if you can find the gratitude in your heart for the journey you've been on and overcome any like pain that we would like be programmed to think, look, separation in reverse, programmed to think, well, no one that loves me would treat me that way. You have playfulness twice. Because that's not the truth necessarily. I'm not telling you you should be treated badly, but this is a different level of relationship. And this is the relationship where we take full responsibility for our feelings, and we learn self-regulation, and we do our own healing, and we bring our own vibration to it. And I think if you can find your maturity and understanding and compassion, and it isn't here, but like forgiveness, like free yourself from the programming of like how a relationship is quote unquote supposed to be. I don't believe that there was unrequited love here. I know that that has been coming up in a lot of readings. I don't think that's what this was. It just, I think what it really was unexpressed love. That was really overwhelming. And there may be a chance of getting to like a safe enough place where you can express some of these deeper feelings. I wouldn't personally like rush there, you know. Like there's no reason to rush because this is not about time at all. But it does look like at least a partial reconciliation here. I will say it does seem like premeditated in a lot of ways, and it may only be for a little while. It may not be for a long while. It may be like a testing of the water. Because I see a very big possibility that you two trigger each other again. I'm sorry. To end an 8 and 9 of Swords is a very... First of all, I think it's actually really beautiful because for me, I would say that the 9 of Swords, that would be the highest trigger that there is. And so it kind of symbolizes to me that this might be the last of it. But of course, I don't think that's something I could say for everyone watching this video. I can't ignore that the Salmon card came out, and that is the Mother card. And I can't ignore that the 8 of Cups upright came out also. And the 7 of Wands is in reverse. So it looks like there will be more separation. I don't know if it helps or hurts to hear it in advance. But I have to say, really, really beautiful energy, despite you know, what a lot of people would call pain and toxicity in some of the cards. I feel, from what I see in the cards, it feels like, you know, love is winning here to the point where he has to see you and he has to know some answers to some questions. And so do you. And it kind of feels like for the journey to continue, there has to be, it's pretty, because I feel like there's going to be a little bubble of time where you two actually get to enjoy each other for a minute. And I like that. Okay, let's get some advice. I just would say, you know, it's so challenging to hold that grounded vibration when you're in their presence, and to ground that energy and not react. I would just say practice with that, because as much as you thought it was intense before, it's going to be like 10 times more intense. So we have Teresa of Avila, Our Lady of the Interior Life. I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. Look, got Isis twice. So for me, that's the most magical card that I have. She is guiding you very strongly. It says, the goddess of magic, sexual energy is sacred. My pleasure is a prayer that brings me back to life. We have Saraswati, the goddess of self-knowledge. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. Rita of Cassia, the patroness of impossible causes. I am miraculous, and my prayers create powerful channels of possibility. And look, equally powerful and magical was Mary Magdalene with her egg. The apostle to the apostles, I am the bridge between heaven and earth. And this is the energy I was talking about. I am fully human and fully divine. So when you feel all that divine energy, to ground it, it's very, you know, I'm sure some people have it easier than others. Some people feel it more than others. And, you know, I pick up this deck, and Mary's here too. So this deck does have Isis in it also. So I do have 3 Isis cards, and in one reading I did, I think it was a private reading, I'm pretty sure, Isis came out twice on the advice, which just freaked me out. So we'll see. Holy Amethyst. Kuan Yin's been very, oh my God. You can't make it up, guys. You cannot make it up. It's just, I know you've heard readers say this, but as a reader, when things like that happen, it's so crazy. It feels so crazy. It's unexplainable. It's like the energy that just feels so aligned, like how, like Isis is guiding you, like use her energy, use her, like connect with her if you feel drawn to, connect with Mary Magdalene if you feel drawn, connect to whoever you feel drawn to. But this is like so high vibrational. Holy Amethyst is divine alchemy. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. I think I said that in the very beginning, but it's what I feel very strongly. It's like you wrapping up the loose ends in your mind and your heart and finishing whatever healing you need to do before this happens. It's very important to not drag yourself backwards. Kuan Yin, care and compassion, choose to be loved, do what is right for everyone involved, offer a helping hand. Isis, magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Hilarion, honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. And I do think this is going to be a retreat for you too. together. Your light can support others. Okay, beautiful. I don't know why, but I'm going to get some of these cards. Oh. Birthing a new age fall on the ground. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. It's like almost like she's like grounding that energy, unbound, Pleiades, Anna. Fill up your well. It's look, it says retreat, rest, and refuel. Almost exactly like the other card. I feel very strongly there will be an opportunity for you two to retreat together. Okay, unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. That's really important. He has double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity, and then seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So there's a lot of divine guidance, around you. I would just, what they're really emphasizing is for you to just take the best care of yourself possible. Like, treat yourself as royalty. And by that I mean like the sacred person you are. And it's gonna mean something different to everyone, but the way you see it is right for you. Yeah, see, relaxation, learning, and purification. Dreams again, and then letting go on the bottom. So we have calcite, fluorite, and clear quartz, and kyanite blue. All beautiful crystals to work with if you feel called to any of them. And, oh, we want dragons. Sometimes things throw me off, like the Isis cards. It's just really, it's a really big sign to me. Okay, earth and air dragon, royal blue dragon, omega dragon, silver dragon with the key. So soon there will be a massive stellium in Aries where Chiron is. So you can expect to have your wounds like okay. Earth and air dragon represents a perfect balance of heaven and earth. Stay balanced. Ground your visions. Manifest your hopes and dreams. Royal blue dragon strengthens you to stand in your power with wisdom. Awaken to your own majesty. Wear your cloak of power with pride. Harness the divine feminine power of creation. Intention. Hold your vision. Birth the higher consciousness. And then sunshine yellow dragon helps you to help animals, serve animals, heal, respect, and understand them. And strangely, I don't know why, because we got the Pleiades and we got retreat several times, it may be that the place you go has animals. Ugh, my God, it's such a beautiful energy. It's like overwhelmingly beautiful. Like, I want you to, they're saying this, practice holding a very elevated divine love feeling for yourself. I don't know if you can do that. Healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light and feel your relationship being healed at this very moment. Power. You instinctively know what's right for you, and you have the power to say no or walk away at any time. Be aware of what you're projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess, and equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Time. You're trying too hard. Give it time. Transformation. I feel some energy here. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. I think you really need to surrender to this very high vibration. It's like a vibration of miracles. It's super strong. It's very intense in the heart chakra. I mean, my suggestion for you is to do like 5 to 10 minutes of I love you mirror work, without clothing if you can, just looking into your own eyes and saying I love you over and over and over again, and getting into the frequency of just being in a very, very high vibration of love. Because I think that the frequency that's coming in, you're not gonna have you're never gonna feel anything like it before. I don't think I've ever said that in one of my readings. I know I did have one reading, a private reading once, where I felt a vibration that was so high that I started just like crying. But that's close to that vibration. Like, it's so pure. It's like it will be challenging to be seen in that light. Does that make sense? I hope so. But Isis is there for you. Mary Magdalene is there for you. And I'm sure any other Ascended Master that you want to ask for assistance will help you also. Your higher self, your soul. And it's making me feel dizzy, honestly. And the Pleiadians definitely are here wanting to connect. Any other, I'm sure, star system that you want to connect with. So talk to you later. Bye.